Okay, this questions is about a real life application. If you visit staycation, right? Normally they will roll up the towers in this manner to give to the new guests coming into the hotel. So you can see that these questions, they ask you to explain this observation. 5 minutes later, Tom observed that the tower from the top stack of A was much cooler than one of the roll-up towers at the top stack of. So B is cooler. This part I say wrongly. This part, this stack here is cooler than this stack here. So this one you need to explain in terms of exposed surface area, the keyword. Okay, exposed surface area. So how will you answer? Is to say that the tower on the top stack of B has greater exposed surface area in contact with the cooler surrounding air. Okay, if you didn't say in contact with what, you will lose the marks. Okay, so this part you must mention. The tower on the top of stack B have greater exposed surface area in contact with the cooler surrounding air compared to one of the roll-up towers on the top of stack A. Thus, it will lose more heat to the surrounding, or you can say it will lose heat faster to the surrounding, making it cooler than the roll-up towers on top of stack A. Okay. Okay, you notice in such questions, right, because they ask you why B is cooler, right? Okay, you must explain why B is cooler. Don't explain why A is hotter. You try to explain according to what they ask you. Although technically it means the same thing, correct? If A is warmer than B, it means B is cooler, right? But my advice is you explain according to, okay, can I type B lost heat faster than A? Okay, must be specific, like you should say, the set of tower, the set of the towers are on stack B. Oh, you don't say B lost heat faster than A. You must mention the tower. Okay, it is a tower. They just name stack A, stack B. Okay, the tower on top of stack B. Okay, Isabella. Ken. Okay, this part you take note. This part. Okay, you take a look at this. I'll screenshot and then send to you both of this. Plus the previous one. So previous one, there's this one. And one more, this one. Okay, I sent answer key of this already. Okay, next. Okay, next. To keep the hot moist tower hot, Judy suggested storing them in covered boxes. So one is stored in metal, one is stored in wooden box. Okay. So like in this hotel, which I cycled there, one of the nice hotel in Singapore, MBS. Okay, you may receive such tower when you stay there. I cycled from Bukit Batok, 19 kilometers. Okay, you're supposed to put in the boxes here, this one and this one. Okay, notice both start at the same temperature. After 15 minutes, this box is lower than this one. So we must understand that metal is a better conductor of heat, right? Correct. So in this one, you should type metal on the side. Okay, the side. Wait, the box hard to shift. So on the left is metal. On the right is wooden, right? Wooden box. Okay. Left is metal, right is wooden. Oh, okay, clear. I know why, because I put the wrong one. I put the text here. Hold on, text. So this is metal. And the other is wooden. Wooden box. Okay, then explain. So you should say that the temperature of tower in the wooden box decrease slower because wood is a poorer conductor of heat than metal. Okay. Or you can say the other way, the other one in the metal box decrease faster because metal is a better conductor. So this one have two possible answers. Either you mention wood, okay, wood is a poorer conductor of heat, or you say metal is a better conductor of heat. So there are two ways of explanation. Okay, the temperature of tower A in the wooden box decrease slower. Wood is a poorer conductor of heat. Okay, so this is the answer for this, which I just sent over. Okay, next question. Okay, this one is actually extracted from my book. Those students who are aware, right? It's from my book. Okay, can those students who don't have my book, you key in the chat there, right? So that I know who doesn't have my book. Okay, this book. Okay, if you refer to my book, those who have it's on page 64. Okay, page 64. Okay, this question actually tests your understanding of what is melting point, what is boiling point. Okay, the concept of matter. So this person, Dr. Clement, he works in the laboratory in NUS, and the room temperature, because it's a lab, right, they maintain the lab temperature cool to ensure the chemicals are stored properly. So he's able to store 1,500 ml of a substance into a capacity of 800. That means the container is 800 ml, but 1,500 of this is able to squeeze inside. So you must understand, in order to do this, to store this, right, that means this substance must exist as a gas at 24 degrees Celsius. So what substance is that? You can see, then you have a look at the melting point. So you notice only N, right, exists as a gas because N boils at 20. So it is N. So you should say at 24 degrees Celsius, N exists as a gas. Gas has no definite volume. Hence, 1,500 ml of it can be compressed into a 800 ml container. Okay, that's the answer. Okay, gas has no definite volume, hence 1,500 of it can be compressed into 800 ml container. So this is the answer for this. And I'll send to you now. Okay, next, they ask you, would he be able to store S and N, S and I into the wire mesh? So the wire mesh has holes, right, at the laboratory room temperature. So in order to store something with holes, right, that means this substance must exist as a solid. Okay, because it exists as a gas, it will float away. It exists as a liquid, it will go through the hole. So now you look at the melting point between S and I. So you don't know, no need to look at N, because they ask you S and I. So look at S and I, and then you must look at the melting point. So you can see S actually melts at -8. So at 24, it will become a liquid. But I melts at 450. It will still maintain as a solid. So they say, would he be able to store S and I? So answer no. They must say he can only store I. He can only store substance I, because S would exist as a liquid at 24 degrees C. Okay, but substance substance I would remain as a solid. Okay. So these are the short form I use. So in exam, you just type out, no, you can only store substance I because S would exist as a liquid at 24 degrees Celsius, but substance I will remain as a solid. Okay, continue. Next question. Okay, I didn't see anyone type no. That's all of you have my book, is it? The book which I mentioned here, this book. Okay, this question also commonly tested in PSLE. So you take note, this question. It's also under heat concept. So on the left, you can see this sleeve, right, is flat, this part. On the right, they have this jagged edges. Okay. So Sally bought a cup of hot coffee from a fast food restaurant that came in two different types of removable cardboard sleeves, X and Y. Sally found that she could hold a cup of hot coffee with sleeve Y, which is this one, longer than X. Explain why. Okay, this one you must understand the logic behind, right? So the logic behind, because you look at here, imagine you're holding here, your thumb is here, right? And your thumb is here, this part. So on the right-hand side, you see only the tips of the sleeves touches your finger or your skin. So that means less heat is being conducted. Okay, less heat. So you must mention that sleeve Y has less surface area in contact with a hand. And the cup of hot coffee, okay, compared to sleeve X. Okay, I adjust the answer slightly. I just paste over here for you to understand first, this part. Okay, because there are two lines there, you may not see clearly. Okay, maybe I put it on top here. Give me a second. I put this thing. I shift up here, easier to see. Okay, I put the answer here, so there are no lines interrupting. Okay, so sleeve Y has less surface area in contact between the hand and the cup hot coffee as compared to sleeve X. When using Y, her hands gain less heat from the hot coffee and she's able to prevent her hand from getting burned. Hence, she's able to hold onto the cup of hot coffee with sleeve Y longer than X. Quite a lengthy answer. In general, the examiner want to see this thing. I just let you know. Okay. In general, the examiner want to see that you must mention this one, less surface area in contact between where? Between the hand and the cup. Okay. Then the examiner want to see gain less heat, okay, from the hot coffee. Then she able to hold longer. So these are the two essential things the examiner want to see. Keywords, less surface area in contact between her hand and the cup of hot coffee. Secondly, because of that, right, her hand gained less heat from the hot coffee, so able to hold longer. Okay, so I send this to you all in the chat there. Okay, next part. I scroll down, I've sent over already. So, okay, now single and double layer. Double layer glass, you take note, and you highlight this part. Air is filled in between the gap. So this one, they test your understanding that air is a poor conductor of heat. So Sally was told that the double glass wall could keep cold drink longer. So outside, maybe the temperature here, external temperature, let's say it's 28 degrees. Okay. So external is higher than the drink. So the drink will gain heat from the surrounding. So if you pour the cold drink in the double glass wall, the air actually reduce heat gain from the external. Okay, so for this question, you should say that the double wall glass has an air-filled gap, and then air is a poor conductor of heat. The cold drink in a double glass gain less heat from the surrounding. Okay, this one I will paste it here. Maybe just over here for you to see this part. Okay. The double glass has an air-filled gap, unlike the single wall. So as air is a poor conductor of heat, the cold drink in the double walled glass gain less heat. Okay, gain less heat. Gain less heat from the surrounding as compared to the single glass. Okay, so you write down this one. I will screen share and send to you. I will screenshot, not screen share. I will screenshot. Hopefully you can see the lines are blocking my answer here. If I change color, is it better? The green. Green may be better. Or blue. Or black. I think green is better. Okay, I send over this to every one of you. Okay, so take note of this. Okay, next, they ask you to state. State is quite easy, no reason given. State an advantage of using single glass wall instead of double glass wall. So single glass wall, it can cause the hot drink to lose heat faster. So that's the advantage. Okay. So you can say that when using the single glass wall, the hot drink will lose heat faster to the surrounding. Or because they say state an advantage. So this one, the advantage is make it smaller. Okay. When using, okay, just say when using the hot drink will lose heat faster. Will lose heat faster to the surrounding as compared to the double glass wall. So this is the advantage. Okay, this one. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now it's 513. Okay.